And we're live.
Yeah, baby.
My little dancing bunnies. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the Virtually Rek't Podcast. I am IndieVR and my colleagues are Mr. McInVR. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks, good. And Mr. Shui in VR.
Shui in VR. Genuinely, that is. Do you know what? If I could go back in time, that's what I'd call my channel.
Yeah. It's never too late. Yeah. Yeah, so let's start with the chat. How's everyone doing? Who have we got in the chat?
PD, El Diego, Dips, Shivon. That's it at the moment.
Excellent.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Thanks everyone for joining. And
the madness.
We have lots to talk about today, as always. And let's start with Mr. Shui. What are you drinking? What have you been playing?
I am drinking. For those of you that know beer or like your little crafty bits, I am drinking. Hang on, there we go. I am drinking an anti-establishment found lager. And the reason why I say if you know your beers, then you'll probably find that quite funny, is this is Aldi's piss take of the Lost Lager from Brewdog. Aldi and Brewdog have this like weird sort of rivalry where they both know that they're taking the piss, they both don't care, and they just keep ripping off each other's beers and calling them different things to take the piss out of the previous version that they've. It's quite fun. But yeah, so I'm essentially drinking a found lager. So I've not tried one before, so I'm interested for that one. What have I been playing? So specifically today, I have been playing Power Wash Simulator while I've been waiting for my edits to render, etc., and produce optimized media. So I had nearly 3.5 hours of playing Power Wash Simulator, because every now and again I'd lift up the headset and I'd be like, "Yep, still only at 60%." Back down, and then all of a sudden, like, my Bobo battery was like, "You realize you've been playing this for 3.5 hours, right? Beep beep beep." And I was like, I have a severe problem.
Slight addiction to Power Wash Simulator, then, eh?
I think it's because it's so calming. It's like,
yeah. I had a bit of like punk rock in the background because it doesn't. I didn't notice that it doesn't seem to have any like soundtrack in the game. It's just the noise of and different versions of. For 3.5 hours was driving me insane.
Your sound suppression is so good that it actually cut that out because it thought it was white noise.
On Discord it did, but I was watching my mixer, and on YouTube it didn't. Like the people could hear me. You couldn't, but the people could hear me. So yeah, that was people. Today. The other game that I've been playing a bunch of is Moto X. Don't know if you know Moto X.
Yeah.
Oh yes, somebody knows. So Moto X, for those of you who don't know, is a motocross simulator. It's pretty early days still. Like, it is out on the Quest store. You can buy it on App Lab. I think it's like £8 a tenner, something like that. But the interesting thing about it is that you're riding around on a bike, which is like, I've only ever played one other sort of bike simulator in VR, and it was horrible. It was utterly disgustingly terrible. And on this, I
remember you talking about that in a couple of podcasts ago. Yeah.
But this one, like, so everything's done apart from like forward and backwards. Everything's pretty much done on how you move the controllers. So that's quite nice. I really enjoyed that element of it. But when you get into the air, it switches to a third-person perspective. And it still works off the motion controls, so that like when you're turning, you're actually like creating tabletops and doing backflips and stuff like that, without actually causing like the horrendous nausea that you would usually get from trying to do that in VR, especially if you crash and fail, because then it's like your headset sort of jumped around everywhere and then you vomit everywhere and your headset is no more. But generally
that's immersion, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Like you want to have a head injury. That's the immersive side of things. Is just brain injuries. But yeah, so that's
what's that called?
Moto X.
Yeah, okay, I'll look at that because I enjoy games like that.
I was gonna say I'll speak to the devs if you want and see if I can, because I've been speaking to them.
I
I'll see if we can grab your key.
I think they reached out to me, but yeah, try and grab your key anyway. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah,
mate.
it's worthwhile. They're pretty good people, man. Like I actually had a whole conversation with the guy a while back. But yeah, so they're the two games that I've mainly been focusing on. I would have been playing more, but it was my long week at work, so I have been playing not a huge amount. What about yourself, Indy? What have you been playing and drinking? Or are you drinking, and what have you been playing?
Oh, which order?
Drinking first.
He gets
Drinking.
upset.
Drinking first.
Okay.
That's not posh.
Council pop.
Council top. Cheers. 0.0%.
Some
Boring juice.
Water.
Some Thames water, mate. Yeah. What have I been playing? Right. So I played Rotten Pumpkin, the Rotten Apple update, and that was fun. Killing zombies with like a Halloween theme. And then I played Vampire Injustice Masquerade, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I forgot. I did also play that. I completely forgot.
What is it with video games with these ridiculously long names?
I don't know.
Vampire the Masquerade Justice, Ghostbusters: Rise of the Mediocre. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. What else have I played? Cactus Cowboy, Desert Warfare, really fun. Liminal Phase, which is like this little indie kind of weird horror trippy game. It's actually really surprised by that. It's a good laugh. Survivor Man as well, which is on the Quest 2 and 3. That's like a survival simulator. Played a bit of Population 1 a couple of times, and that's...
I did see you live on Pop 1, because I was very tempted to jump on.
Yeah, I played on Friday and Saturday, I think. And then as soon as I'm finished, I'll just delete the stream anyway. But yeah, I was playing. Should have said hello. Should have, When's the last time you played?
Oh God, prior to them going free, like.
Wow. Okay.
It's been a while, man.
Been a long time since I played. In fact, the last time I played was with you when they brought back Metropolis.
Yeah.
That was the last time I played.
Yeah, they keep pissing about with it. I don't know what they're doing. They've got rid of the new map. It's the old map now. And it's just like, why?
Yeah, I mean, Christ. Bearing in mind over the pandemic, I think me and you played that like every single day for like a year and a half, didn't we? Nearly.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Diego's asking, did I try Pop 1 on the Quest? Yeah, I did, Diego. I did. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's better than the Quest 2 version. It's pretty smooth and stuff. There is that split-second difference between the Mindex controllers and the buttons on controllers. But yeah, I did play it. It was impressive. It was good. It was clear. Draw distance was good and got some good shots off with the S85. So yeah.
Hang on. Have I missed something here? Have you got a Quest 3?
Oh, sorry. I meant the Quest 1. I got a Quest 1, Shuey.
We are going to talk about... No, Shuey.
Shuey, man, this is bullshit.
Well, I do want to talk about this later because I've got a very specific clip and a point to bring up. So we'll talk about that later.
Okay, I'm unhappy until we get to that point in the podcast.
Have you been
going to be?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't spoken to you for 2 weeks.
Oh, it's all over. It's world news. Everyone knows. You're the only one that doesn't know. It seems.
Apparently, yeah.
I'd like to point out that what's happening here is exactly what happened 2 weeks ago. Is that you two get to talk about the games you've been playing, and then you go off on a tangent, and you don't ask me what I'm drinking and what I've been playing.
No, that is worthy of a fucking tangent.
No. It's on my list. It's on my list. It's actually on the list.
Sorry.
It's on the list, and it's starved.
VR, what have you been drinking, and what are you playing?
Yeah, Mac. This is the Mac and VR show, everyone. No, go on, mate. What
Oh
have
my
you been
God.
playing?
I'll
What you
turn
been?
off me and you, Indy. We'll just leave. I'll put Mag just
Yeah, put him
on
on
the
a big
screen.
screen. Let's go play Quest 3 together.
Oh, thank you, El Diego, for asking what I'm drinking, mate. I'm drinking my usual nice Pinot Grigio, which you can't see. Right, so along with Power On, we got access to the new Pavlov, which is going to be
Oh
released.
shit! I play Pavlov as well. Fucking hell! I have not been thinking at all.
Look, dude, you've been at work, you're tired, so yeah.
Yeah.
Me, Shuey, Clickster, and we got invited to the Pavlov beta for the actual full retail release of Pavlov, which is coming out on the 14th of November, I think. If you correct me if I'm wrong. 14th?
Yes, it is 14th.
Yeah, okay. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that. It was invited by Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis. That was quite nice. Got to play with him. Clickster, Shuey. I was crap. Couldn't figure out how to jump as the monster. Everybody else was jumping around like a crazy thing. And Mike was just stood there saying, "Oh, just look up and press the jump button." I'm going, "All right." Like, all right. Yeah, he started laughing and walked away. So that was good fun. Cactus Cowboy. So the developer of Cactus Cowboy, I've had a relationship with him for quite a while because he ported Emilio's Adventure to the Pico 4 and he didn't even have a Pico 4. He just ported it and sent me the code and it worked. Fucking genius. Amazing. So I've been looking forward to Desert Warfare. I've got a review out. It's really good fun. Some people might not like the cutesy graphics, but like underneath the cutesy graphics is a really good first-person shooter. Solid gun mechanics, good guns, everything. Yeah, so pretty good. And Vampire the Masquerade, which Mr. Shuey has just put out you put out on Thursday, didn't you?
Yes.
A review. And you were a bit mixed bag, weren't you?
Yeah, it's So it's that as I explained in the review, it's basically that I was expecting it to be one thing and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like everything that had led me to everything that I'd seen, everything that I sort of and when you start playing, it really gives you Dishonored vibes. And it's not quite Dishonored, and so I'm
Yeah.
just like Dishonored, no, it's not there. Oh, the whole
it's
way
not
through.
quite.
Yeah. So
It's
it's not
good.
a bad game. It's not a bad
It's
game.
good. Oh, before we start, we said it's not great. It's good. It's not great.
Yeah, let's go through the games after, shall we? Or do you want to start talking about games now?
It depends whether
Has
Mac's
Mac
finished
finished?
talking about what he's
I'm
drinking
not-
and has the Mac show finished? Can we move on to the
no,
Virtually Rek't show?
This is really awful because I've got two things I'd like to say before we move on to the Virtually Rek't podcast. First of all, hit 16,000 subscribers on Friday.
Congratulations, sir.
Cheers, thank you very much to everybody, and I mean everybody in the chat. Our communities are a mixed bag of squirming humanity that all seem to be. We all seem to have people in the communities that are all the same. So thank you to my community, thank you to Indie's community, and thanks to Power's community for getting me to 16k. It was after I had the 2 months off. My channel basically died, and Shuey will know because he basically did the same thing. And your channel dies, doesn't it? Like within 2 weeks, it dies. So yeah, it's picking up. It's picking up. Starting to get subscribers back. Starting to get some watch time. Yeah. So thank you. And the EGX footage of me, Gamertag, and Doc Ock and Buck is now on YouTube. So if you go to the EGX YouTube channel, you can see the VR Spotlight showcase. Callum Hurley's on. Costa from Tin Soldiers is on. Gamertag is on. Doc Ock, Buck, and me. Yeah. So, right. The Mac show's finished. Now on to the Virtually Rek't podcast.
What do you guys want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about Vampire the Masquerade just a tiny bit more, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so like I've already given a basic of what I thought, but like breaking it down quickly. I don't want to spend like a huge amount of time on this game because like there is footage out there from a bunch of us. You streamed it as well, didn't you, Indy?
Yeah, for about an hour and a half. Something like that, yeah.
So
I streamed it
there's
on the Thursday night, yeah.
Yeah, so there's footage out there, there's reviews, etc. Right? But what what was your best and worst bit? I think that's probably the quickest way to go through this. Like, what was your best and worst thing about Vampire the Masquerade? Justice, time, Zack Snyder's cut, like part 7. It's what was your best and worst part about it? Not specifically like a level or anything, but like what was your favorite and least favorite thing about it?
Like,
Indie. No,
really?
I mean, I'll go because I watched Shuey's review, and I was sitting there going, "You talked about that bit where you had to use the hand power."
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was a bit in the sewer where you had to pull the thing.
No, it was actually in the when I was doing the puzzles in the library type place.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So like I'll obviously like to start on a negative, end on a positive. So I got stuck in this bit where there was like you had to find 3 clues for Pietro's cell, and then you had to find Pietro's cell. And there's a big bit where you have to change the levels of water. You have to do it to raise to get to a ladder, and then you have to lower it to get to the Pietro's picture. And then I came out and I was like, what do I do now? And I spent about 20 minutes walking around not a clue. And then I remembered the same as you. Oh, you can use the hand power to highlight anything, and there was a switch I didn't pull. So that was like the worst bit because I got really frustrated. I like the blink. I like the running up behind people and sucking blood. I like the thing that does where you make the heads explode. I love the soul trap.
Yeah.
I just love like drop a soul trap next to somebody and then throw a bottle and they're like, oh, what's going on? But yeah, they were my that was my worst and best moments for Vampire. Indie?
I only played for an hour and a half, so I didn't really experience it that much. Yeah, the world looks all right. I mean, I didn't experience it. Only like when I ended the stream, I was knackered. I just but I did kind of get the gist of the game by the hour and a half of like, oh, actually, there's other ways to do stuff, which is cool about the game. I do like that there's other routes and ways of doing stuff. I think
Stealth is so hard.
yeah, I'm gonna play through that. I'm gonna stream it or like stealth mode. That's the plan.
Mate, don't do it. It's not worth your sanity. Genuinely, like that game, like it's probably like 7 hours or whatever, right? For an average player, and then for a stealth player, it's like 50.
Yeah.
Just because it's so difficult to do anything, and it's so boring just sitting on the rooftop doing nothing. To the point where the reason I didn't manage to do a single full stealth mission was because of boredom.
Yeah.
Right, here's the thing that you might that's actually gone. It's actually, I don't think it's been mentioned in anybody's reviews. When you get to a certain point in the game, obviously, as you go through the game, you power up. You know, there's got this skill tree, and it's all quite cool. But you can actually go back and play the levels leveled up.
Yeah.
So once you become like really stealthy, you could go back and play individual levels.
Yeah, I guess once you've got the mask, then you can have like the ultimate shadows ability and go through and play it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I put it on the hardest mode, and I probably won't use many abilities, to be honest, and then try and do it stealthy. But Shui's kind of put me off it. I'll give it a go. I think that the AI was like looking at me.
I will watch every second of you doing it.
Like,
just because I'm a massive like I love watching people in pain. It's
you should have told me this before about you.
I thought at this point you'd probably have figured it out.
All the bruises you gave me last time. Yeah, I think the AI was a little bit like looking at me, and I was just above it, and I was like, oh, maybe I thought because it's high difficulty, the AI might have a different cone of view or something. And I was like, he's looking right at me, but he can't see me. So I think maybe that's something I could do with some work, but I haven't played it enough. I know straight away the AI, I was like, it's not.
The AI is pretty bad.
It's not like to have a good stealth game, you need the AI to be on point. And like, I didn't get the game for free. I saw some of the reviews and I was like, oh man, my gut was telling me not to get it, and I wanted to play a stealth game, and I was like, I got it, and I was like, shit, let me like, this is why I need to jump back into it and actually see properly what I think. But I think from an hour and a half, it's all right. I'm gonna play through it more and just see what happens, man. And that's all I can say.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
now.
like, I jumped in on Sunday, not to stream or anything, just because I had to spare a couple of hours. And I had, I played for like 3 hours until my quest died, as it always does. Um,
Fucking should
and
have kept your
I,
Mindex.
I enjoyed it. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so best and worst for me. I will. Okay, so I want to do a best worst and just a quick topic of it. Worst was definitely the blink mechanic for me. And I kind of
cooldown.
the cooldown really pisses me off. Like, I am glad that there is a cooldown, because not being able to blink your way all the way to the end is quite good. Like, but they could have solved that by maybe making the blink mechanic use more of the blood. I think just to, like, if it used like a 20% amount of blood, you could only blink 5 times before you'd need to bite someone. I think that would have been fine. It would have also made the stealth mechanic a little bit better, I think, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that it doesn't have a small little cooldown bar, really upset me.
You're just pressing the button, going, and even like in that puzzle that I got stuck in, all you have to, because if you fall into the water, you die, because obviously vampires die in running water.
Apparently, yeah.
So you blink onto the debris that's floating, and then because you're so terrified of falling off into the water, you have to just like stand there for 2 minutes, like 2 seconds, and go, for fuck's sake, press the button, blink. Yeah, so I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, so that was my worst bit for me. The best bit was actually the voice acting. I actually really liked the voice acting. I think it was really well done. I would add to the worst bit, actually, the blink mechanic / the boss fights. The boss fights are atrocious.
Try not to spoil it for me, gentlemen.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you how to do them. But the boss fights at some points feel like it's more about luck than it is about skill. Like, I don't mind a boss fight where it doesn't tell you anything and you just have to kind of figure it out. Souls style, that's fine.
Yeah.
Except for the game isn't a Souls game, so that's a bit weird. But yeah, genuinely, the first boss fight, I was kind of like, blink, hope he doesn't hit me. Blink, hope he doesn't hit me. Oh, he used that attack, I'm dead. Rinse and repeat until he doesn't use that attack, so I can blink a third time and then hit them. Like, it was just a bit weird. But yeah, the other thing I want to point out is something that Indy was saying, which was about the ability to take different paths. Like, you can go loud and proud, you can go hybrid, you can go stealth. But one of the things that I did, and I pointed out in my review as well, was that the first thing I took in the skill tree was Intimidate.
Yeah.
And that is the ability to access extra extra conversation pieces, and hopefully open up some extra areas and some extra pathways. And don't fucking bother. What's the fucking point? It was useless. It was a waste of a bunch of skills until later in the game.
I did exactly the same thing. I went straight for Intimidate because I thought, it's like
you might miss something.
Yeah, it's like Starfield or like Skyrim. If you can intimidate people, then I did exactly the same thing, and you're like, ooh,
yeah, but
that was a waste of time.
That was wasted. That was completely wasted, unfortunately.
So Evil Kingus, in his usual manner, has said it's crap, isn't it? Admit it. We don't have any real developers making worthwhile games, which is why we need to talk about games like Vampire. In a competitive market, it'll be puked on. Admit it. Right. Okay.
Who wants to start?
I see where you're coming from. I disagree. I think Vampire is a good game. It's not a great game. But the problem is that VR is so small that developers can't do these 20, 30-hour epics unless you've got Meta's budget for Asgard's Wrath. I'm quite looking forward to Arizona Sunshine 2. I think that's going to be great. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I did look forward to Ghostbusters, and that took a big poo on my head.
Did you guys buy it?
Great height.
I didn't even bother. Didn't even
No.
bother. I had a conversation with a certain other YouTuber, not Mac, and they confirmed what I thought was going to be the case and decided that I am not buying it.
I said it's going to be shit from day one.
So, like right. So I've got quite a lot of thoughts about this. And the problem is, when they announced it, you know, there was Ruth Bram getting into Ecto 1 wearing the suit.
Sorry, Mac. Sorry.
The music.
Yeah, go on. I was just going to say, should we finish Vampire first, then move on to the next game?
Oh, yeah,
We're
yeah.
going all
okay,
over the
sorry,
place. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was
right.
Binge Vampire.
Yeah. I
Okay, yeah.
I thought I'm happy to have a conversation about Evil Kingus's statement because I think it's actually a worthwhile topic.
Well,
Okay.
that's what I was moving on to.
Okay, carry on, Mac. Sorry. I didn't realize we finished.
Dude. So El Diego's comments basically saying it's crap and blah blah blah. So the problem is that that VR isn't big enough for the big developers to make the 20, 30-hour epics that, like, you know, the Ghost of Tsushima, the Red Dead Redemption 2s, these sort of games. Hopefully, I mean, obviously Meta's got the budget, and Asgard's Wrath apparently is 60+ hours, which I'm really looking forward to, because the people like Otterworldly did a sort of a preview of it, and she was really enjoying herself. And you know, we've got obviously Arizona Sunshine 2 coming, and we've got obviously Bulletstorm as well, which is a 20-hour game. You know, and it's fully integrated into VR, then that's absolutely brilliant. But I don't think there's the budget. So the developer of Pistol Whip, Denny Unger, he said, we're trying to make money on Pistol Whip so we can make those experiences because we don't have the budget. And that's basically it. VR isn't big enough at this particular moment in time to have those huge, epic masterpieces.
And all of those games that are currently like, all of the popular games, and even the ones that are like a level down from popular within the Quest ecosystem, especially less so on Steam. There's a whole different ecosystem there. But though they're all still trying to compete with each other. Like, these people have not got £200 a month. A lot of people do not have £200 a month, or like $250, $300 a month to go and buy 10 different games. And so they're having to pick all the time. Yeah, but they're having to pick that game that they want to play for the month. And if 1 million people are doing it, or 2 million people are doing it, which is a really small amount of consumers, that's a problem. Like, you've got to put out something that you think is going to sell. But once again, as Mac was saying, like, the developers need to actually be selling in order to then create the next big thing, which is what Arizona Sunshine is. Obviously, like, Vertigo Games, one of the biggest VR developers that we have currently, and they have produced some good games. Nothing, I wouldn't say they've ever produced anything that is great, because VR isn't there. There aren't great games for VR yet. Especially like Alex is Alex, and I don't want to like keep including Alex in like the great games, because honestly, I think Alex was a good game. I don't think it was a great game. Oh god, I just gave Mac a heart attack.
Oh my god, Alex is actually in my top 10 all-time games of all time, with the likes of Mario 64 and Super Metroid and Yoshi's Island.
So it didn't have much competition then in your top 10.
No, not at all. Not at all. You know, just like some of the best games ever made. No, I thought Alex was groundbreaking, and it still is. I mean, I went back, I just upgraded my PC to a 4080, and I did a video where I went back and played Alex on Ultra using Virtual Desktop on Godlike on a Wi-Fi 6E router with the megabits per second pumped up to as far as it can, and it fucking blew me away again. It blew me away again. It's head and shoulders above every single VR game that's ever been made.
Huey's just zoned out now. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I just like I enjoyed Alex. I really, really did, and it gave me some truly like tingly vibes. But it still felt like tech demo with a whole bunch of nostalgia pumped in there for me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily make for a great game. It took me a couple of months to sit back and be like, is Alex actually a good game? And I was like, yeah, Alex is a good game. Like, the mechanics are pretty good. It's smooth. It's got a good story. It's got good voice acting. The graphics are good. The audio's good. But nothing is phenomenal. Everything's just good, which makes for a nice 90% game, but it doesn't make for a 97, a 98, a 99, or 100 for me.
Okay. Well, we'll just, as always, we'll just have to disagree.
Agree
on
to
that
disagree.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, come on
no.
then. I mean,
I
come
played
on
it
then, Indy.
once.
You,
Yeah.
oh, and you had a Mindex, and that's
have
the
a
way to
Mindex.
play it.
I played it once
That's the way to play it.
on the Mindex, and that was it. I think I played a mod a couple of times. A couple of mods. I went back in it to test out the I call it the shill helmet, the Quest 3. So I tested it out yesterday. No, last week, just to see what it looks like and stuff. And we'll go into that later on. But yeah, I never went back to it. I was meant to
extensively.
I was meant to, yeah, don't you worry, mate. I was meant to replay it with the Game Plus and all that kind of stuff, and I just never did it. So I get what she was saying. At the time, it was really good. It's still a really good game. It's still up there with like the top VR games. But
Yeah, of course.
if it was that good, I think I would have. No, it is really good. It's hard to say. Like otherwise, I would think, why haven't I done it in the Game Plus mode yet? You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lone Echo's better than Half-Life Alex. Just purely and simply because of the interaction between Jack and Liv.
Go on.
So yeah, that was about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, the story was great, man.
I played Lone Echo into the part where you get past the boring bit, and then I haven't played it since, Mac. I don't even know what number 2 looks like. Like literally, I've got it.
Oh,
Part 1.
God.
I need to finish it. This even Asgard's Wrath, I played for like 15 hours, and that game is fucking. It's a wicked game, but I just haven't gone back. I think I did I went into the harder mode, like I always do, but I didn't realize that it's fucking hard, man. That game, it is hard.
It's hard on normal.
Yeah,
it's hard on normal. I picked it up again about 6 months ago and started streaming it and got about halfway through, and I've put like 40 hours into that game.
Yeah,
I'm nowhere near the end. So that excites me for Asgard's Wrath 2.
Do you know what? Asgard's Wrath 2 doesn't excite me at the moment.
Yeah.
I really, really hope I'm wrong. I really do. I really want to be like 40 hours balls deep in that the entire time. And I want to be like, oh, do I have to go to work tomorrow? I'd rather be playing Asgard's Wrath 2. But everything I've seen about it so far just doesn't excite me.
Do you know what it is, though?
The first game? Sorry, Indy.
Hang on, you were both asking questions, one and then the other.
Oh, Mac.
What? Did you play a lot of Asgard's Wrath?
I played about 8 hours of it.
Yeah. So you just bet you. I mean, this isn't an insult, but you basically just scratch the surface.
Okay.
Yeah. It's massive, and
I don't know if I have to play 8 hours of it, and I'm still like, I like that. That's kind of paywalling my time.
Yeah,
which is a little annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I know I really liked it. It's definitely up there, one of the best games. Even though I haven't finished it, it's just the thing that puts me off, that just pisses me off, is that it's on Quest only, and it's like the best part of the game was the bloody graphics, and it's annoying. So
yeah,
but that's just the way meta are going. So
yep. Right. Okay. Next subject. Pick a subject. One of you.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Let's talk about that game that I'm not gonna play.
Let's talk about that game that I haven't played.
Indy?
Let's talk about Assassin's Creed VR. Does that excite you? But something's asking Shui.
That's a separate question.
No, okay, right. So Ghostbusters, yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty short one. So we've already explained multiple times over multiple podcasts that me and Mac were pretty fucking excited for it, especially after seeing Ecto 1 and all the jazz at the Meta Connect and everything. That was pretty cool. Or the gaming showcase, sorry, rather than MetaConnect. But having spoken to I'm not going to name names, having spoken to a fairly prominent YouTube creator about it, and they were just like, dude, like, just fucking don't. It's okay. Like, it's probably really fun to play with like your kid or something. But on the whole, it's just it's not worth it. And the other thing I saw was that like the DLC for it is $20.
Yeah.
So
And
there's no content.
There's a costume pack that costs $15 as well.
Right, so let's do the math here already. We're at 35 to start with.
Yeah.
20 for the DLC and another 15 for the costume pack. We're up to like 70, like 60, $70. That's nah. I won't be playing it. I probably won't keep up with it. If it comes on sale at some point, maybe I'll grab it if enough of the community have already bought it and still want to play with me. But the fact that it doesn't have like a single player campaign or anything for that kind of price just makes me think, nah, I'm not interested. Which is really sad.
I was watching Gamertag's video on it where he said, you already know how I feel about it, and then read a load of reviews on the Meta store. It's a bit of a weird video, but
it was.
He did make a good point, and the point was, if they had marketed right. So basically, when me and Shuey, when they announced Ghostbusters, me and Shuey we did a live stream, and we both lost our shit because it was like Ecto 1, Ghostbusters music. Yeah, this looks amazing. So to me, that means that they were marketing it at me and him. I don't know how you feel about Ghostbusters. You probably haven't watched it because you're a
savage.
Me?
I don't know. Yeah.
What did I watch? Ghostbusters. Sorry, I was just typing something. People just asked me what a gilf is. I called him a gilf, and he asked me what it was. So I just told him.
He's a granddad. I'd like to fuck.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
And then again, when they did the showcase, and it was like Gamer Tag and Otterworldly and two other guys who I didn't know. Two other guys. Sorry, I've been flippant there. I can't remember who they were. And they were like, you know, Gamer Tag and Otterworldly in the gear with the packs. And I was like, oh, this is brilliant. They're really aiming this game at the people who love Ghostbusters. What they should have done was said, oh, this is a family-oriented game that you can play with your kids from the start. And they would have got a lot less hate. Because, I mean, I haven't hated on the game. I haven't reviewed it. I didn't buy it. I looked at it and thought, it's not for me. I've called it Ghostbusters Rise of the Mediocre on several occasions. But if it's a game aimed at kids to be played with their parents who love Ghostbusters, then that's fine. Market it at that.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that you're going to end up in the same space as Nerf, which that died because it was designed for kids, 100% designed for kids and Nerf enthusiasts. And it didn't keep either of those groups happy because like it needed to come out as a free-to-play game because they marketed it at kids who don't have money. Like they were waiting for like they released it on a certain day, and it wasn't even like the day that most people have birthdays in the year, which would have made more sense at least because at least then they could have said, "Mummy, Daddy, Granddad, Grandma, can you buy me Nerf on the Quest, please?" But no, so like 6 months later, that game has shut down entirely. Like anyone who bought it, you're not getting a refund. The servers are down because
it's a multiplayer game. Yeah.
But what about?
Sorry, sorry, Indy. Carry on.
I was going to say, what about where the fuck is Slimer? Where's all the 80s references?
Yeah.
If it's towards the adults, it's like there's nothing there. It's like you might as well just call it something else.
You remember the Ghostbusters film they made with Lee? It wasn't Liam Hemsworth. It was Thor.
Ant-Man.
What's his name? No. Yes, with no. The one before that, where it was all female, had Melissa McCarthy in it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember that? And it just like went,
I didn't
Well,
watch it.
Do you know what? Right, it's not. People really hated on that movie. It wasn't as terrible as people made it out to be. It was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't amazing. It was just okay. But it wasn't shit.
Yeah.
But people weren't interested because it wasn't. It didn't have any of the original Ghostbusters in it.
Or yeah. So
I mean, they're all
yeah, so-
geriatric now, but they could maybe pull it off. Whoever's left.
no, I tell you what, they would have made a better film.
Yeah,
So
much better. Yeah.
I'm not interested in Ghostbusters. I was gutted when I started to hear the rumors of what it was actually like, and Gamertag described it as a wave shooter and not a very interesting one. You know, and there's a guy you can trust because
The problem is though, unless you've got anything very specific to say about Ghostbusters, Indy, I'll just move on to the problem that I see with this of what's going to happen from here.
No, I don't have anything to say. Just apparently is shit, and that's it really.
So the problem I see with this is that this is one of the first big IPs. Like Sony themselves were backing this project,
yeah,
and it's going to be a flop, and that is very worrying because like movie tie-in type games, maybe we're going to be seeing less of these now that we're possibly in the pipeline. Now that they've seen, oh yeah, Sony did like one of their big IPs as a VR game, and it flopped, and now we don't want to touch it. We don't want to do an Indiana Jones. We don't want to do a Transformers, although we've already had a Transformers, and that flopped because it was actually shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get what you're saying, mate. Because it's not good for VR at all. Like, it's really
No.
not good for VR because people aren't going to people are going to be like, fuck that, I'm not touching that shit.
Yeah, it is disappointing. Right, let's move on, shall we?
Nexus.
Assassin's Creed Nexus. Indy, you had you mentioned this, so I think you ought to start.
What did I mention?
Literally mentioned Assassin's Creed VR.
Oh, somebody asked the question. Oh, are you guys excited for Assassin's Creed Nexus?
I'm a massive fan. The first one wasn't like the first flat screen game wasn't particularly good, but the second one was absolutely brilliant. I actually went on holiday to Italy, and I went to San Gimignano, where all the crazy towers are, and I went to Florence, and I went to Siena, which is places that the game was set. And then this year I actually went to Venice. So I was like having a massive Assassin's Creed sort of vibe. Now, I've watched a few videos, and the thing I was worried about was that it was going to be an Assassin's Creed experience. But from what I've gleaned from the videos I've watched, it is a fully fledged Assassin's Creed game where everything is pretty much Assassin's Creed vibe. You get to play as Ezio, you get to play as Connor, and you get to play as the one the female assassin I never actually played that game. So yes, I am very excited. Chewy?
I'm not as excited. I'm glad that like the people that I trust so far have said that they really enjoyed it and that they really wanted to carry on playing, and that it didn't feel experience-y to them. It actually felt gameplay-y. Cassandra, thank you, but something it was bugging me in the back of my head. And by the way, Mac, you should play that Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That was actually really good. I really enjoyed
The one
Odyssey.
with the female
Yes.
protagonist. I haven't played it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, you should go play it. It's actually I thought it was really good. Some people may disagree. That's fine, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So I'm holding back anything at the moment, just in case it turns out to be pretty piss poor, because I don't want another Ghostbusters situation for myself. So I hope it's really good. I hope that it's really true to the characters. I love the idea that we're actually going to have a mixture of swordplay and bows and like archery. That sounds pretty cool. If the thing that really needs to get it right is parkour, right? That's
Yeah.
the bit that actually has to be right.
Yeah.
The rest of it can just be like blade and sorcery, and everyone will be perfectly happy with it. But the parkour is the important bit, I feel, for this.
Yeah. Well, apparently it uses the same automatic jump system that Assassin's Creed uses, and as long as you keep your momentum, then you press the jump button at the right time.
I wonder
Then
how they're
you
going to
keep...
deal with the motion sickness for that. Because like people with VR legs, we're going to be fine.
Yeah. Well, from the footage I saw from this video I watched, the parkour, they were in Venice, and he was running across the poles, and jumping across a bridge, running across the poles, jumped to a post, climbed up it, grabbed some. I mean, they haven't like sort of highlighted them in white like they did in Horizon. They've kind of like made the bricks kind of stick out so you can see them. So and the guy was just like jump across the bridge, jump onto the pole, jump onto here, climb up the window ledge. Oh, brick on the roof.
Yeah, which is
Kept
fine.
running. Yeah, that it looked really smooth and really cool. Yeah, so I'm really excited. Indy, how have you played a lot of Assassin's Creed or not?
I gave a go on maybe one or two of them ages ago. Wasn't. I don't know. Wasn't. I didn't. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it really. Like, I don't know why. I can't remember why. I think it was just kind of Ubisoft glossy kind of gameplay. I like. See, the thing is, like you said, they need to nail the parkour, but then it's like the stealth mechanics and the AI needs to be fucking on point because it's not easy to do. Not easy to do.
Yeah.
I'm not really excited about it, to be honest. It might be a great game, but honestly, like with my experience with Assassin's Creed, I'm not excited about it. But I might love it. You never know.
I
So
do
it's out
wonder
on the
whether
16th of November. Sorry, I'm just getting
yes,
the
yeah.
16th. Yeah.
I do wonder whether it's going to be one of these games that highly is designed for people that have already played the others, so people that already have an attachment to
Fan
Ezio,
service.
Sandra, and Connor.
Fan service, they call it. Yeah. I'm just worried about a lot of stuff. So, yeah.
Fingers crossed that it isn't. Fingers crossed it's.
I want it
actually
to
a
be
good
great.
game in its own right.
Yeah, it needs to be a headset seller to bring people into VR. That's what I'm hoping. Just for Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
As long as it gets like 4 stars.
Yeah.
On the whole, I think it's going to be a headset seller for Christmas.
Yeah. Because it's a big IP.
Yeah.
And it's been around a long time as well. So
Assassin's Creed is massive. Like people have considered VR that will push them over the edge and make them pull the trigger on Amazon. Like, you know.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about Fog? Do we want to talk about Foglands?
Do you know what? I was really excited for that game until I saw a few different posts that were like, "This is actually dog shit." Like, and I was just like, "Fuck me!" I was waiting for another new roguelike, and yeah. Is there any point in talking about it? Like, is there anything specific other than the fact that like it looks crap, it plays crap?
I watched a review that said avoid this at all costs.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, fair enough. Yeah, I was like you, Shuey. I was like, well, that looks like an interesting concept, but
yeah, call it Boglands moving forward. There you go. That's where it belongs. What's next?
Yeah.
Right. So I would like to briefly talk about Pavlov again.
Okay.
I have a concern, right? And this is my concern. So Pavlov Shack has been available on App Labs for 3 years. Okay.
2 years, I think.
2 years, yeah. So I mean, if you've played Pavlov on the Quest, it is really good. It's slick. Gunplay's, it's taken everything from the PC version of Pavlov. All the guns reload beautifully. All the guns look great, sound great. It's slick. The gunplay is amazing. The PvP is great. The Monster Hunter thing is just insane. Gun game. Obviously, we played gun. I came third. Who won? I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember either. You'll have to go and watch my video to find out. Especially, you'll have to go and see who it was that managed to get the final kill by throwing a meat cleaver in Mac's face.
Nice.
I was on the last gun before I got the knife.
Yeah.
And I saw you and I was like, sure, get in. and then you just like popped around the corner, and went dunk in my head, and I was like, no. But I came third, which, considering I'm not the world's best Pavlov player, yeah. So right. So anyway, it's a great game. It is, I think, along with Onward and Contractors on the Quest 3, it is one of the best PvP games available. No, without a doubt. And they each have their own different benefits. Like Onwards is more sort of slow, tactical. Contractors is more sort of Call of Duty, and Pavlov's kind of in the middle, I think. But it has like a great sense of fun. They are shutting down the Pavlov Shack servers, the free servers, when the game goes to Quest Store. So all the people who've been playing for the past 2 years will have to go and buy the game, which I can understand why they did it. And you've had 2 years of playing it for free. It's only $14.99, which is a drop in the ocean if you want to just carry on playing.
It's
$10.99
if you pre-order.
$10.99.
$10.99 on sale if you buy it pre-order. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like 3 new maps, which we've played 2 of them, I think. Or did we play all 3?
No, we played all 3.
Yeah, we played all 3. They're good maps. Yeah, great maps, well designed. I'm concerned that the player base for Pavlov is going to die because people are going to say, well, I've been playing it for free for 2 years. Why do I have to pay $14.99? Because that is the consumer mentality, not my mentality. I think it's a great game, and I would pay $14.99 for it. Sorry, $10.99 for it.
Yeah, no, I am paying that tomorrow for it because I want the as shitty as this is, I want the new skins, and I like skins. And you can get 5 brand new skins, and they look pretty fucking sweet.
Do you not get to keep it from testing?
No.
Okay, I was wondering that because I haven't played it.
So the way they did it was they used a different build of the App Lab version, which is essentially the release version. They just gave us the ability to access this other build of the App Lab version. So unfortunately, we don't get to keep it. If you guys are watching, Pavlov developy people, I would super appreciate a free key. That would be lovely, as long as I get the skins. Otherwise, I'm just going to buy it anyway because I want the skins.
Right, she was giving away a free key to Pavlov. There you go.
There you go. So, Indy, have you played Pavlov on the Quest?
No, I have it, but I didn't play it. On the day that we were supposed to all meet up, I had to do that other live stream, and I couldn't like do anything with my Quest 2 to like stream capture. It's a nightmare. So
wasn't it? Yeah.
I haven't played it. I mean, I could jump in it tonight and just play on my own, just to see what it looks like, I guess.
All right. Well, so I think we should move on, and I would like you to explain to me, after saying on the podcast 2 weeks ago that you would never buy a Quest 3, Quest 4, Quest 5, or fucking Quest 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
I really like the whole of that. I was just like, I need to make a bet. Like, I know I'm going to lose it. But I need to make him a bet of some description. I really wish I'd have made that bet now.
So, Indy, you went and bought a Quest 3.
Mm-hmm. You know why, Mac? You know why?
So you can spend more time with me.
Yeah.
What's the real reason?
Right. So, any content. So, all right. So, developers give me access to games on Quest that are only on Quest. And I couldn't stream them. I couldn't do recording. I couldn't do fuck all on the Quest 2. Because that's like, I just couldn't do it on the Quest 2. I had loads of issues. And I was like, right, let me get the Quest 3. I can still return it now. And I was like, let me see if it works. And the fucking bastard worked. As soon as I plugged it in, you can stream, you can record. There's no fucking issues. And
how are you streaming Quest 3?
DevHub. Do you remember I told you about the DevHub issue, saying, "Oh, well, I've got a VPN, I've got this and that." It went as soon as I plugged in the Quest 3, it went away, and there was like, it's like one of those magic Apple updates that they put on the Quest 2, so you can't stream anymore. And I was like, okay. So I picked it up, and I did a live stream. Did you not? I'm surprised you didn't see the live stream, Shiri. I did a live stream like Quest 2 versus Index or something like that. It was. So I bought it.
Yeah, no, I remember something like that.
Yeah, I bought it, and then I was like, let me put it on and share it with everyone else. My first kind of experience. So I did like AR, MR, whatever the fuck you call it. And then I played Half-Life Alyx on it, and then I played a bit of Population 1 standalone just to see what it was like. So yeah,
What's your opinion then?
piece
So
of shit,
far.
Mac. Hate it. Almost as much as I hate you. No. Yeah, I think, to be honest, it's much better than the Quest 3 because obviously the lenses and the clarity and stuff.
Two.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were talking about the index here. No, it's better than the Quest 2. And
He's still getting those index digs in.
yeah, Mindex for life. So yeah, it's better than the Quest 2, like just because it's just the lenses, right?
Yeah.
So even playing like Population 1, I was getting shots on and I was, it's quite smooth. And then I did the MR stuff, which is quite enjoyable because you're like, what the fuck? Because you've never seen it before. And yeah, for now, I've still got it. And I haven't really tested it on PCVR. It starts on virtual desktop for Pop 1, which is something I need to look into. I haven't had time to put more PCVR games on there because that's what it's going to be used for mostly. If I do keep it, because that's the big test. If it works on PCVR,
It does. It
yeah.
works really well with virtual
but
desktop.
I always have fucking problems, as we all know. So, but to be honest, it just works straight away as soon as I plugged it in. Oh, you can stream. Oh, you can do this. And I was like, so why? What's the difference between this and my Quest 2? Even after a factory reset on the Quest 2, it still said you can't stream it. And I was like, all right. So yeah, I've still got like 3 weeks. I want to change my mind. So I'm just going to do more tests and see how it works on random games and just how easy it is to use.
Yeah. So I did a video comparing Pico 4 to Quest 3, and the conclusion I came to was actually quite unusual because the Pico 4 is a great piece of kit, and it's only the £349 for the base 128 gig model. So my conclusion was that if you just play PC VR games like via virtual desktop, which is how I play all my PC VR games, then actually the Pico 4 is a better value proposition than the Quest 3 because the lens clarity, the pancake lenses, the screen, the panels, the LCD panels, the pancake lenses, I mean, they both have comfort issues. You can get around that with some choice upgrades. But the Pico 4 is really, really good for PC VR. But I think that if you have a decent PC and you have decent Wi-Fi, that is a fucking great headset. So buy the cheap one. Don't buy the expensive one like I did because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. There's other reasons too that I got it, but yeah. There's other reasons, like, but I'm not going to divulge
So,
them.
Shuey, how do you feel about him buying a Quest 3 after everything that he said?
Depends whether he actually starts inviting me to play games or not.
Well, I have 21 days to get rid of it, so get your games in now while you can.
Day 20, I'll ask him, like, he'll be planning on taking it back the next day, and I'll be like, Indy, let's go play this game.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh shit, I'm gonna keep it now.
Yeah, mate, do you know what it is? It's I get access to games early and I have to fucking turn it down because I can't do stuff on my Quest 2. And it's like I was like, shit, I need to. I got the Quest 2 to stream to obviously the meta kind of stuff, the indie stuff, but like I had to turn shit down. I'm like, for fuck's sake. And so I thought, let me try it, and then it just worked, and it's been fun using it, to be honest. It just needs all the extra shit, which is what I fucking But that's the headset, right? You need to buy all the extra stuff for it, which I'm kind of getting solutions for. But yeah, so what are your thoughts? Sorry, Shui.
No, I'm really happy, man. Like, I know we joke around with the whole Mindex thing and everything like that, but at the end of the day, I really want there to be a third opinion on the meta stuff, on this podcast specifically. And I'm glad that you've got one. I'm really glad that hopefully there's going to be some more sort of high, low, and medium, or maybe a 2v1, or maybe that we all just fucking agree. But yeah, no, I'm really happy that you've actually jumped into it, and yeah, it was about fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. Yeah, I
The
know I
thing
said I
is,
wouldn't do
though,
it, but it's like I miss passing opportunities that are gonna
yeah,
do things for
yeah,
my channel. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm
yeah.
gonna turn into a Quest 3 fucking channel and stop doing PCVR, but it's like things that will come that in the future and stuff where I get access to things, and otherwise I just can't fucking play them. So
The thing is, what a lot of people, well, I mean, the communities on our channel will know, but you had an absolute fucking nightmare with the Quest 2, didn't you? From day
they
one.
won like 3 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah.
From day one. So just give us a quick rundown of all the shit you had to go through, and then maybe people understand why you are so anti-meta.
I don't even know where to fucking
I
start. Like, honestly, it's that
day
fucking
one.
bad. Day one, I can't remember. All I remember is 3 of those head straps. When they kept telling me they're sending me definitely a new batch, the battery straps, they kept breaking. Controller drift, and even now I'm still worried about all this shit. Who knows what fucking components they put into this new one? What else was it? Like the customer services are so fucking thick, and they're so shit,
Oh
and
my God.
they talk shit, and I caught them out so many times, and they just don't know what to do, because they just talk absolute bollocks.
They're
This is
basically
because you.
bots,
This is
right?
because
No,
yeah.
Like,
Or
no, it's
well,
people in another country.
no, but what I'm saying is they're
indies.
essentially
Yeah,
bots
Yeah,
because they don't
yeah.
actually they've never
Work.
used a fucking headset.
this is the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're working off a script,
yeah.
and as a sales guy, you just fucking tore through them.
Oh yeah, I just said, "Why are you talking shit?" I said, "By the way, you sent me this, and you said it's going to be that." And then when I had it for just over a month, I got another head. I can't remember what it was, and they were like, "We're going to send you a fucking refurbished controller." I was like, "You're taking the piss, aren't you?" Like anyone else would just do a straight up replacement, but Valve
Yeah.
straight away they'll send you
Yeah.
another controller, and they'd say, "Don't send us your one back till you've had your, we'll send you yours, then send that other one back." And obviously, it's a
Yeah.
totally different company, and like it's obviously not as busy as Meta and stuff. But I just think. And I get it because they're selling the headsets at they're not making anything out of the Quest 2, right?
No, they're not
So
making anything out of Quest
so
1.
it's like they're
So
trying to save back on that instead of giving new components and new blah 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 blah.
yeah.
But yeah, just loads of stick drift, broken things, and just loads of the amount of factory resets I had to do just to get things done, like to have an update, like or just like literally every time I wanted to update, or every time I wanted to stream, it was just an absolute ball ache. And I just hope that this doesn't do the same thing. For now, it's good. It just doesn't give me any problems. It just works, kind of thing. So
Yeah. Which is what you want, really. But to be fair, I've had no problems. I've had no problems with my Quest 2. The battery strap, the Elite strap lasted until I got my Bobo. I got some stick drift, but you just pop the cap off and spray some contact cleaner and give it a quick wipe, put it back on, and that was fine. But I mean, a lot of people, like a lot of normal consumers, wouldn't know to do those things. But yeah, like when I got banned from Facebook and then lost access to my Quest 2, I realized just how bad Quest 2's customer service is, because every time you go to them, they say exactly the same thing, and you're not looking at the history of our conversation.
or yeah,
You're just reading off a script.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And they'll ask you the same questions every time, and I'd just be like,
yeah.
It got to the point where I was like, "This is fucked. Just send me another one." And they were like, "Fuck dealing with this guy." Because do you remember every time that one thing happened, you had to send your name, your address, your fucking shoe size,
Yeah.
your size of your
Yeah.
mother's bra, like fucking what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, there are so many questions. Like, just put it on record. But yeah, for now, I think it's decent, and I'm just gonna I need to test it more. Like this weekend, I need to just dedicate the weekend to just testing that out. More with PCVR. So
Okay. So I was actually in several conversations with Meta where the person I was talking to said, "I'm going to end the call now," and I'm like, "Well, you haven't sorted my problem out." So yeah, I'll send you the log. Bang, hung up. Hadn't sorted my problem out, and I was like, Christ.
Yeah, they changed it.
What-
They used to do live chat, and then what they do now is instead of dealing with the whole situation there and then, they say we'll get back to you in 2 days instead of keeping the conversation going. That's what they do.
So what's your experience been with your MetaQuest 2, Shui? Because I don't think you've had many problems. Any problems?
With the 3,
No, with the 2.
I had 0 problems. I have literally never had a problem with my Quest 2. Actually, no, sorry. Scratch that. My left stick on the controller does have a pretty terrible dead spot.
Right.
But actually, I want to move. When we move on from this subject, I actually want to talk about my Quest 2.
Yeah.
Specifically, because I've got a little story I want to tell. But yeah,
Okay.
that's literally the only problem that I've ever had with it.
Okay.
Um,
What would you like to talk about next?
So I want to just briefly go over, and this isn't sort of a brag, but it's something I'm pretty proud about. And so I started jiu-jitsu at the beginning of the year, and I managed to persuade my wife to join and my best friend to join, and yeah, it's been pretty good. And after jiu-jitsu, usually we come back to mine and we have a celebratory beer, and a couple of cigarettes, and just sort of have a cool down, chat about the class, etc. And this Friday just gone was slightly different, because since I've had the Quest 3, I've been telling my friend that I'm gonna give him my Quest 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give him all the accessories that I had with it, and because like he wasn't into VR enough that he wanted to go out and buy a headset, But more importantly, I'm not sure whether or not he actually could justify the money to go out and buy a headset,
Yeah.
So I was pretty happy to be able to be like, dude, here, like I haven't reset it. You're gonna have to reset it yourself. And then we started going through like all of the stuff, and I mean all of the stuff, like my like shelves of spare accessories and stuff that I was meant to review and never got round to, stuff that I did review but never used afterwards. And I gave him bags and bags and bags. And then we started talking, and like he said, like he's been so excited to this week to get this headset that he's been going down like the VR rabbit hole on YouTube. And at that point, he was just like, "Do you know what I want? I want to create content with this thing."
Oh, cool.
And I was just like, "That's fucking amazing!" So like,
That's so cool.
I've recently replaced like my microphone setup, my camera setup, my like boom arm and everything. And so I just started handing him stuff. And I was just like he's never going to be able to afford to buy all of this stuff
Yeah.
to start with. And I was just like, fuck it, I really want to just give a potential creator like the whole setup. Like, I couldn't give him a PC, obviously, but he's got a PC.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give him everything else that he would need. And so now hopefully, he's just going to be able to start from like a decent level. Unlike most of us, like you go back to the
Oh
first
my
videos we ever
God.
made,
Oh.
and not only is the editing terrible, but like the green screening is done badly if you've got a green screen at all, or like you don't know what to say, and like the microphone sound is garbage. And I'm just like, no, go have all the
Here's
stuff.
all this good stuff.
So what I'm hoping is that we've got a new VR creator
Cool.
joining our ranks within
That's
the
what we
next couple of
need.
months. Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
we need. We need more VR content creators. It's YouTube. It's free advertising. God's sakes. And you can make money.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Pretty cool, man.
Oh, that's the hope. Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
What about Weeble? He gets nothing.
Weeble,
How much?
Weeble, do you get nothing, or do you get presents from Shuey?
Oh. And Weeble, do you get nothing or do you get presents from Mac?
Weeble, you get fuck all from me.
I tell you what. I tell you what's going on here. Weeble has the biggest eBay shop
Yeah.
you've ever seen because of all the stuff he gets sent.
Yeah. Do you know what else is up there on that same shop? Is that little Mario bag you gave that kid the other week?
That was a beautiful, genuine gesture, and if the little bastard puts it on eBay, I'll find out where he lives and go round to his house, and I'm going to stick Mario up his little puckered arsehole.
Well, Mac just got arrested.
Yeah.
So, couple of things. One, Weeble, hopefully you've received your package. Let me know. I sent him the M3 conversion kit because I didn't need it.
Weeble, I hope you got your package. I sent in my old Wi-Fi 6 router.
Fucking hell,
Speaking of
Weeble.
which-
Now I've got to send you something as well.
Speaking of which,
Just-
I might have a new router. I wonder if I've got it here. So I've been sent something to play with actually. I've been sent a dedicated PC VR router.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
from an actual VR accessories company.
Oh, okay.
To try out. So that
Do
stay tuned on the channel.
Do they make electronics specifically?
They make VR accessories specifically.
Okay.
So
Alright, okay.
we'll see. They've sent me a bunch of stuff. That's one of them. So yeah. As far as what you were saying, Henry, he doesn't have a channel name yet. We were brainstorming yesterday, and I said, dude, just go and play some fucking VR first. Like,
Yeah.
I know you've played a little bit, but go and play a shitload more, and then we will figure out a name. And I'm gonna do some nights with him, teach him how to edit, teach him how to graphic design.
Which is interesting because that might be something we have to do in the future, but we're not going to talk about that. So
No,
Weeble
that's
on my Weeble on my channel has just said, I must admit, I get treated from you and Shuey. Tight ass indie just abuses me.
Yeah, look what I've written.
Brilliant. Right, so
I don't send
that's-
Weeble stuff. He
me-
gets
me
yeah.
talking about being a good Samaritan and like whatever. Do you have any? I've got 3 more specific subjects that I want to cover.
Go for it,
I
mate.
have got 1, 2, 3 that I would like to talk about. That's fine.
Go for
Hopefully
it.
they're separate from what you were talking about.
Oh,
Right.
I almost guarantee it.
Okay then. Can we? You can start first because I need to go for a week because I'm an old man and my bladder's given up. Back in a sec.
Okay, in that case, I'm not going to cover that one because I need you here. Okay, so has anyone seen the latest stuff coming out of Gunman Contracts?
No,
Have you seen the latest trailer?
maybe.
It came out 2 weeks ago.
I really don't know, mate. Fuck.
Okay,
I don't
so-
think so.
Gunman Contracts is a mod for Half-Life Alyx. I know you know that. I know Mac knows that, but just for anyone who doesn't know that. But he has been working like it was fantastic. The stuff that he was producing was really cool, and he took it much further, and he's now developing a complete standalone game. And the latest trailer for it is fucking gobsmacking. It is literally like everyone compared it to John Wick when it was a mod, and now the latest trailer is literally a scene from John Wick 4.
Which doesn't excite me, to be honest. You know how I
No?
feel about Bollywood, John Wick, and fucking yes. I don't. I
and
mean, I'm
that-
sure
and
it's
that's
great.
fine,
I'm sure
but-
it's going to be a laugh, but yeah. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Like, I love me some John Wick, but I wasn't that fussed about John Wick 4. But the trailer looks amazing.
Which
It-
trailer you're talking about? Because there's been
Gunman
2
Contracts.
recently.
In
No,
the so it's the standalone Steam gameplay trailer, pre-alpha.
is that the one on the steps?
Yes,
Right, you haven't seen the next one then, have you?
I probably have.
From Twitter with the dragon's breath and the shotgun.
Oh no, I haven't. Because I saw it.
was
And
out-
it doesn't.
I was outside having a wee and I'm like, I need to get back inside.
Got piss all down his leg.
I'm just gonna play it in the bottom corner just in case, like for those of you who haven't seen it.
Right, so the people I mean, Indy doesn't like John Wick 4. I did like John Wick 4, and there's one particular scene on the steps going up to this very famous cathedral in Paris, which has these very, very long steps. and he has to get there in a certain time, and he keeps going up and he's killing all these goons, and he keeps getting knocked back down, and it's absolutely amazing. So that trailer, I think that Chewy's talking about is that particular scene, though he said it's set in a city in Germany because for copyright reasons.
Yeah, 100%.
But there's a bit in it where he's like, he's like, the shooting's pretty good, but then a guy comes to him and he grabs his arm.
Yeah, and he
and he
flips in
shoots.
VR. He flips him
Yeah.
over and shoots
Yeah.
him in the face.
And then grabs his gun and carries on. So the one you might not have seen then is the one with the dragon's breath. So if you don't know what dragon's breath is, it's like
It's a shotgun cartridge.
It's a shotgun cartridge that sets people on fire. So he basically goes into this corridor and you get the motherfucker, because if you've played the Gunman contracts, you know what the motherfucker is. And this guy comes on the corner, he just goes boom, and the guy just bursts into flames. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, so he's using the Half-Life Alyx engine, but it's not a Half-Life Alyx mod. It's
a full game that they are apparently letting him release.
Yes,
which I assume is going to be paid for as well, which is like good on Valve.
It's typical Valve.
Yep, it's the same as what they did with the Half-Life 2 VR mod. Like they just gave them the assets and were like, no, go, make the cool shit.
Same with the in Neos, there's a Half-Life world as well. There's a Half-Life chain ride, and they supported the guy who made that as well.
Oh yeah, you showed
really
me
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
So just in case you don't know, the people who did the Half-Life 2 VR mod, they actually approached Valve and said, "Can we do this?" And Valve were like, "We just talked to our legal team." And then about a day later, they came back and said, "Yeah, no problems. No problems at all. It's a 20-year-old game, nearly. Yeah, do it."
Yeah.
And that is what I love about Valve.
Yeah,
because
it's
they
pretty awesome.
When they did the VR mod for Red Dead Redemption, the company behind Red Dead Redemption came down on them hard and said, remove all the assets from your website, from your Patreon, from everything you do, or we will come down hard.
Cease and desist, basically.
Yeah, basically.
They shut his entire modding thing down overnight, pretty much, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really shit, because people would have actually gone and bought their fucking products.
Exactly.
Like even again, like they may have played it on PS5 and they would have gone and bought it again on Steam so that they could have modded it to play. They would have actually made out like fucking bandits for having done zero work.
Exactly. So if I was a developer who made a game like Grand Theft Auto 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2, and somebody did a VR mod, I would say to them, hello, come and work for us and do this thing that you do so well, and we'll give you money, which means it'll get done better and quicker. And then we'll release this as a, like a paid for, like maybe £5 DLC or something. You can now play these games in VR. They'll make money. He'll be happy. VR be happy. I mean, imagine Grand Theft Auto 5, the whole game optimized for VR. I mean, that's a sandbox experience. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, imagine you have the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas fucking optimized for VR.
I don't think that's being done by Rockstar, though.
No, I don't know.
It's being licensed from Rockstar, but I don't think it's Rockstar that are actually doing it, because it's something that Butter something's said.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that they're actually doing it. I'm pretty sure they're just being licensed from.
Or it's been canned.
Or it's been canned, which is equally plausible at this point after having zero information for the past. But then saying that, Nexus is also a thing. So Nexus now exists. We know it exists. So
maybe they looked at doing it and thought, bloody hell, this is actually bigger than we thought it was going to be. So maybe they're still working on it. I hope so.
Fingers crossed. Anyway, so that was just something I wanted to point out. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, that'll be available on Steam VR some point, according to the current timeline, in Q1 of 2024. So expect me to be streaming the absolute motherfucking shit out of that.
Yes.
Over
That'd
and
be
over and
amazing.
over again.
Yeah, because the first one was good. The second one was really good. The second one was like, that's where you like, this is like Matrix John Wick. It was absolutely crazy cool because he had like loads of new assets like the helicopter and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it was only maybe about a 30-minute experience, 30-minute experience.
Yeah, but it was still
But
great. I've played it like 8 or 9 times
oh,
already.
yeah,
Like,
and I've streamed it, and Indies got big all of a sudden. Jesus Christ.
he keeps doing this. He just doesn't like a certain aspect of his camera angle and then decides just to play with it every now and again.
Yeah, I move around. You know. Passing wind.
Right,
Indy,
next subject.
Indy, you've got anything specifically you want to talk about?
No, man. I'll talk about shit as it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we?
No. You said you had 3. I had 3. So let's do one of yours.
Mine. This is a quick one. Steam VR latest update allows you a theater screen to play your flat screen games in VR. So you can now play any Steam games you've got that are flat screen. So, for example, for me, it would be
Vampire Survivors.
Staff. You don't need a big screen to play that. You're obsessed.
I haven't even bought the DLC yet. I literally completed the original game the other day. I have completed every achievement in the game.
Yeah, so they've released the official, because somebody just asked me, theater screen for playing flat screen games in VR in the latest Steam VR version 2.0 update. So you can now play any flat screen games you've got in Steam. So for me, that would be going back to play. I don't have any flat screen Steam VR games, Steam games. Sorry. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. I saw a demo of it. It looked amazing. It's going to be brilliant on the Quest 3 because of those lovely lenses. So I just wanted to mention that.
That's pretty cool.
Cross it off my list. It
I
is.
like that. That's. I mean, realistically speaking, for spending $10.99 or whatever it is to buy virtual desktop now with the Quest 3, you don't even need like Xbox Game Pass, do you?
No.
Really?
No.
So yeah, that's pretty sick. I like that. I like that a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
So your next subject?
My next subject is the Bobo batteries. Do you know anything about this?
I don't, but I'm going to take a punt.
Okay, go on then.
Okay, so I've got the adapters for my Bobo VR M2, and I have Bobo M2 batteries. They can't keep up with this.
I disagree.
Depending on what you're doing.
Hasn't that always been the case?
Yes, but there's another subject I want to talk about just after this, and the Bobo VR batteries were amazing. Kept my headset fully charged all day. I will talk about what I was doing later, but when I got my 4080, I decided I wanted to play Automobilista 2 on Ultra as high as I possibly could. Apparently, that's a pipe dream because you have to turn certain things down, otherwise it all goes. You just can't get the frame rate. Playing Automobilista 2 on my PC using virtual desktop drained my Bobo VR batteries quicker than they could charge the Quest 2, to the point where I nearly ran out.
Did you have asynchronous space warp turned on?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay. I was just that's not me criticizing. I just wanted to know how many frames it was probably trying to fill in, because obviously trying to generate extra frames on the actual headset chip itself, that's obviously going to be using quite a considerable amount of battery power.
Right.
If you're having to produce a lot of frames.
Yeah. So what
Although
I did
saying that, that's all going to be produced on the PC actually, but that's going to be produced through the streamer, isn't it?
No. That's not quite the way it works. You've still got the decoder and the encoder working really hard. So what I found was if I put the Steam VR graphics monitor on. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It's like a little screen that comes up and it shows. It always says 1.1 something or other, and there's a line. So if you can keep it underneath the line, then that's fine. If it goes above the line, then synchronous space warp drops in. So I had to drop quite a few graphic settings, which I didn't think I would have to drop below to get the game running smoothly at 90 frames per second natively. I put synchronous space warp on, pumped a few things up, and it fucking burned. It burned my Bobo's batteries.
Right. Okay. By burned them, how much would you estimate you were getting per battery?
About an hour.
About an hour.
Mm,
And would you consider that to be like the highest use case? What you were doing?
yes, definitely. So in my experience so far with the Quest 3, that shocked me because I'd like people in chat said all these certain things about, oh my god, the Bobo batteries can't keep up with the Quest 3, all this sort of stuff, and I didn't believe them because I hadn't really had any problems. I'd seen the Quest 3 battery dropping as the Bobos were being run out, but it was like 15% over a 2-hour period, and I was thinking, well, that's not a problem because you're going to get 4 or 5 hours. Indie smiling. But when I used Virtual Desktop and AMS2 and I was really, really pushing everything as hard as I possibly could, it started to get to the point where I was swapping Bobo batteries out every hour. And obviously, as you know, they take 2.5 hours to charge. So
Someone's
no, carry on. Sorry.
but something's asking, should we?
Yeah, I did see. Does
Yeah.
he know about the charging issues where chargers just stop charging or whatever they did? No, I didn't know about this, which is why I asked him to inform me.
Okay.
So I've been over the last couple of weeks because when I got that Bobo M3 set and I did my review on it and I was pretty happy with it. And a lot of the people in my comments were just like, but the batteries are bad. And I was just like, okay, but I like them. They're doing well for me. Like I'm seeing like an hour and a half to 2 hours per battery. So I don't really understand what's going on. So I actually did reach out to Bobo and ask them specifically. I'm just going to read what Butters said. From my understanding, there was a charging issue that would cause the bobble head strap to randomly stop charging. I don't think it was just a
Bobo head strap.
Bobo. Okay, yeah, that makes way more sense. To randomly stop charging. I don't think it was just the head strap, though. It was charging in general. Okay, so yes. Yeah, so generally, I've heard a couple of things. One, apparently there was a software issue with the Quest 3 that was causing problems with being able to charge or not charge. Which, as far as I'm aware, has now... This isn't from Bobo, by the way. This is just general reading and looking around. As far as I'm aware, there is apparently an update, part of the new update that has fixed that. And that wasn't just for Bobo. That was all charging in general.
Okay, yeah.
The other thing is that Bobo's reply was incredibly... It was neither, like, it wasn't defensive and it wasn't offensive at all. It was very middle ground, which I like. I'm a big fan of that. Basically, what they said was, from their experience and from most people that have reported back to them, they are still experiencing around an hour and a half to 2 hours of battery life per Bobo battery, which is in line with what I've experienced.
Playing... the Quest 3 is quite power hungry.
Yes, it is.
It's more power hungry than the Quest 2.
Yeah, 100%. And this is, bear in mind that not all of my Bobo batteries are new ones either. 2 of them are new. 6 of them are not. And I don't know which ones are which. So they all just get mixed around. There might, like, you'd have to sort of stick them under a color, like some sort of color spectrometer or something to be able to see which one's been out in the sun more. But yeah, so the way they've put it was people will talk about this matter based on paper data because anxiety is usually more likely to spread than joy. As with your real user experience, though, although the battery pack is not perfect, it is not as bad as people discuss.
Yes.
So that's basically where they're sticking to, is that they may not have anticipated the potential extra power requirement and the fact that people were still going to be expecting to have that 2.5 hours extra, like they used to with the Quest 2. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think of a lot of it is that people are not taking into account that Bobo have built this modular system that they want to work with all of their systems, and updating one of them would make them no longer modular for their new system or their old system. Sorry. So I am actually perfectly happy. Like, maybe what they need to do is they need to work on bringing down the price of the batteries themselves.
Yeah.
How much is
and
it?
selling them
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah. Can
Because
you
I
not?
don't think.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
No. I think you're about to ask exactly what I was about to say, which is I don't think you can buy them individually.
Right.
I think you have to
Mhm.
buy them as part of the product. So maybe what they need to do is they just need to have a place where you can buy them individually and cheaper.
So here's the thing. So at the end of its life, I was running on my Pico 4, I was running a KKCO BVR battery strap, which had these 10,000 milliamp hour batteries, which basically pushed the Pico 4 out to like 6 hours. And I had 2 batteries. So I was never ever worried about like battery life. So with that, I've got 3 Bobo VR batteries. I've got the M3s coming, so I'll soon have 4. So I'm kind of not worried about my battery life. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was an app I've been using, and that burns batteries even harder than using virtual desktop. And I'm not quite 100% sure why. But if you want to use this app, the app's called Immersed. I don't know. Have you heard about it?
Yep.
No.
It's fucking incredible. It's basically a workflow app where
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I have heard something about this.
you can have multiple screens up in virtual reality. You can use it in mixed reality, which I do. You can bring your keyboard in. I have one of the compatible keyboards. I'm quite lucky. It's not perfect. I wanted to test it out today. So what I did was I was making a video for these, which is the AMVR silicon grips. If you can see that. So that video is coming out tomorrow. So I thought, right, I'm going to see whether this works, and I'm going to do a complete start to finish edit of my video just using Immersed and the virtual screens in mixed reality. So it's quite clever because what happens is so your keyboard is represented virtually. So when you look down, your keyboard is actually a render, but when you put your hands over it, it brings the whole like your actual keyboard into reality.
Yep.
And with your hands, because the hand tracking to the keyboard is a bit out. So when you bring your hands down to the keyboard, you see like a light appear around your keyboard and your hands. And then it's actually quite easy. I mean, I can't touch type. I have to look down to touch type. I'm not that clever. So I used DaVinci Resolve. I used Wondershare Filmora to make the thumbnail. I did the whole video using Immersed, and taking off Bobo batteries and putting them on. I only just managed to finish making that video before my Quest 3 died, and that was 5 hours.
With how many batteries?
Well, that doesn't matter because the Quest was discharging quicker than the batteries could charge it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I put a battery on, and make sure when you put the battery on, you hear the ting, and then like Immersed is really clever because when you turn your hand, it's like Minority Report, you know, the Tom
Yeah.
Cruise film where he's doing all that stuff. So the way that Immersed works is you have your hands. If you turn to the back of your hand, there's like virtual reality menu just appears on the back of your hand, and you have all these options down like where your fingers are, and then you have the central button which you press and it brings up a load of other options. And it's really clever because you can just turn it and it'll tell you how much your Quest 2 battery has left. So I kept like making sure, and it was like, all right, okay, it's 50%. Take the Bobo battery off, that one's gone. Put another one on, bing, make sure it's charging. Yes, it's charging. Carry on working. So the video took me 5 hours, and the Quest 2 nearly died at the end. It was like on 6%. So the Bobo batteries are working really hard to keep the headset charged. And I had a spare battery, but even if I put that on, the Quest 2 still would have died before another hour had gone past. So I got about 5 hours of work. I had my lunch in between, so yeah, it's probably a bit more than that. But yeah, Immersed absolutely eats batteries. But so the app itself is free. You can go on the store on your Quest headset, type in Immersed. It's a free app. You can get it. There is a pro version which costs you £4.99 a month, and you get higher resolutions on your screens that are in front of you, and you can have up to 5 screens. And there are also you can have more people in, you can like meeting spaces. You can have more people in meeting spaces. There's like a whiteboard option, which is amazing because you can just draw a whiteboard and then you can use these virtual markers to write stuff on the whiteboard. And then people in your meeting can actually see the whiteboard that you're writing on. It's really, really clever. So I've got 2 screens, which are 4K screens. So the first 2 screens I had on Immersed were in 4K. Then the bonus screens, which they give you, were in 1920 by 1080. And basically what you have is you have a central screen with a snap on it, and you can snap screens into it. So I found the easiest way to do it was actually just to keep 2 screens, but like bring them a bit closer in. And it's perfectly feasible to work in virtual reality, in mixed reality, actually. And I made this whole video, which is coming out tomorrow, using Immersed, and it was incredible. It was incredible. I actually might go pro because I think the extras, like having another screen, because you can turn them landscape portrait as well. So you can have like a list on one screen, and you can have like your work screens in front of you, and you can pull them in and out. You can make them bigger. You can curve them. I actually went and got my wife out of the house on my Sunday and said, come here, you need to see this. Put the headset on. She was like, wow, that's amazing. I said, look at your hand. She was like, oh my God. And she was genuinely blown away by how clever this app is. It's incredible.
I might have to give it a go.
Oh, it's so Evil Kingus was actually talking in because on my Discord, I've been talking about Immersed and how good it is. And he said he didn't believe me, but I've done it. There you go. I've done it. I've made a whole video using a virtual workflow, and it's coming out tomorrow. And it's no worse, no better than any video I've ever made. It's just incredible. Sorry, I'm evangelizing.
No, I look forward to it. I will be watching
amazing.
it. What time's it coming out?
Oh no, sorry. The video for the hand straps is coming out tomorrow at 6:00, but it's not the Immersed video. I actually might do a separate video on the Immersed, but go and get it. It's free, and just be blown away. It's one of the few times, which I'd like to talk about mixed reality later, but it's one of the few times I've actually been jaw dropped recently.
Okay. I only have one more topic that I want to cover, and it's not a topic; it's a game.
I've got one more topic I want to cover, and that's
okay. I want to finish on mine, so you go.
Right, Sniper Elite Winter Warrior.
Yep.
So the original Sniper Elite, which came out in 2021, promised a lot. Some people didn't like it. I thought it was.
I didn't like it.
Fucking amazing. I played it through on the normal level. I played it through on hard. I know Indy, you streamed it,
Mhm.
didn't you?
Yep.
How did you feel about it?
I think I liked it. I
Yeah.
love like there's nothing World War II or snipery or anything really that I can on in VR. I mean, you had Medal of Honor, and then there just isn't any World War II games. So I liked it because probably I'm trying to think. Yeah, I remember like doing the really long shots right at the end, like, and it's really satisfying. I love sniping games though, so it depends on what kind of games you like. A lot of people
Yeah.
didn't like a lot about it, but then I'd say I don't like a lot of shit that everybody else likes. So yeah, that's just me.
So yeah, but
No,
I
I
like World War II, like war games. I love sniping games.
Yeah,
But the main thing that I wanted from Sniper Elite was the sniping to feel good, and it felt janky as shit to me. Like the gun was everywhere. Every time I tried to do anything, it was like
that might have been a settings issue. That might
I
have been a
spent a long
settings issue.
time before I refunded that game. And
Right.
couldn't get it down. And there were quite a few other people that had the same issue.
I don't remember having an
But
issue with
obviously
that.
you guys didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't. I see. Like, so for me, it was the when you got the sub sonic little silenced
yeah,
sniper rifle, and you could actually take Germans out without sort of making, like, before you had to make like a sniper shot from miles away before the Germans would spot you, but with this little subsonic thing you could actually do it a little bit better. But there was like a massive bullet drop. You had to really like, oh my god, you know. I like the story. I like the fact that it was like this old Italian guy with his family telling stories. I liked all the, like, it had collectibles, you know me and collectibles. I just thought it was really well done. I thought it was really well done. So apparently Winter Warrior is only going to be £15 in the UK, and it's going to be about a 6-hour campaign. And I am sold. Sold. It's coming out at the end of November. I'm so excited because I loved the original. Loved it.
yeah. I mean, I'll pick it up because I didn't have a bad experience with the original. So
I will still pick it up.
yeah.
Like
What
I'm hoping that this one will solve a lot of the issues that I had with the previous one.
What did
Right, okay.
you play it with? What did you play? Oh, was it the Mindex back then, Mac?
You know what? I played it so much. I played the full PCVR version. I had the Oculus. No, sorry, I didn't. I had the Oculus version. So I had the Oculus PC version because they were free. Because if you bought the Quest version, you got that for free. And then I went back and played. They did an update to the Quest, excuse me, which improved the graphics, and went back and played all the way through it again. I did so many live streams. I did like reviews, and oh my god, it was everything that Medal of Honor should have been.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. It makes me sad.
Yeah, that killed the franchise. That's another one that killed the franchise.
Yeah.
Right. So what game would you like to talk about then?
I want to talk about Geronimo.
Yeah. That's still like there's nothing concrete on when that's coming out, right?
No, nothing concrete on when it's coming out, but the devs have started coming back with more like here is what we've been working on, here is how it looks at the moment.
I know, right. So can you rewind and talk about what it is? Because I actually don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so before I do that, then if you guys want to look over on my channel, I'm gonna put up a video. And I'm not sure if I'm going to talk out. No, I'm not, because I think it's got audio. No, I'll talk over it when it's playing. I think. Hang on, where is it? So let's get rid of the audio. So this game is everything that we realistically wanted, except for PvP, from Onward 2. Like, think of everything you wanted from Onward 2, except for PvP, and then this is that game.
Oh, I have
It-
seen this trailer. Yeah.
This isn't a trailer. This is just what they've been working on in the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
This is what they produced. I think they released it the other day. So yeah, it's everything. Like from your avatar that you're going to be using, you can customize it from the type of trousers they wear, the type of top they wear, the type of headgear they wear. Your chest rig is taken from multiple different versions where you can choose how like grenades sit on it properly, how mags sit on it properly. The weapons are fully customizable as you'd expect, with different types of scopes, red dots, hollows. But most like the breaching is
Oh
obviously
no! He's just blown the hinges off.
yeah, which is
Oh,
fucking cool,
wow.
right? You can blow hinges, you can blow the actual locks themselves.
My only criticism there was the first guy through the door should have turned right and he should have turned left. But that's
Yes.
from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
tactical point of view.
Yeah, but this is what Mac, can you imagine, right? Us three diving in to this sort of thing and actually taking it room by room as a proper milsim.
Oh my god! You need to put me in contact with the devs. I'm so excited.
The
for this.
devs do not speak to people.
Oh, okay.
From what I understand, they don't speak to people.
Okay.
But they are putting out a lot of information on their Discord. Their Discord is pretty friendly. I joined it today. And after seeing everything, I am just so excited for this
That
now.
looks amazing. That looks like Onward on acid.
Yeah, exactly. And you can wishlist that on Steam right now. It's there isn't a release date or anything like that. They seem to be like, when it's ready, it'll be ready, which is the type of development that I actually prefer.
Yeah.
And it is a team. From the look of things, it's a team of 2 guys. That is preparing it. But what they have said is that they want to have some form of Geronimo in the hands of people like me and you and the average Joe this year. They want to have, like, even if it's like a pre-alpha test run or like some sort of stress test or whatever, they want to have some form of it in our hands this year.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I am blown away by this because I loved Onward so much, and this just seems like everything we wanted from Onward 2.
What happened to Onward 2?
What happened to Onward 2 is that Zuckerberg said the words. No, Zuckerberg said the words Onward 2, and then they never ever said anything about it ever
Oh,
again.
they did a meta, but yeah, okay.
No, they didn't do a spotlight. He just said
No, I said they did a meta
Onwards-
special where they just fucking let down Kings.
They basically, what happens is they bought the company
Downpour.
and then they bought Downpour, and then Mark Zuckerberg said Onward is my favorite game. Everybody said, "Oh my god, that means Onward 2's on the way." To be fair,
okay,
we streamed Onward last week was it on Thursday? Me, you, Face, and Tassos. It has got a lot better than it was the last time I played it because the fucking reload spawns actually work now, sort of. But the AI on the easiest level. I mean, how we got through 128 player game, didn't we? But they just annihilated us. I mean, apart from the fact that Tassos kept shooting Face in the head.
Is that,
which was so funny?
Yeah, I think I played that once with you years ago. And you and Face played it so much, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I was a complete novice playing with guys that had just played for bloody ages. I remember that. The AI was really good. Not like
it's amazing. It's really good fun.
What about the AI in? Yeah, go on.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say, what the AI in Ghost of Tabor, has that improved? Has anyone been in that recently?
Nah,
I
never
haven't
played it.
touched Ghost of War for months.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
I got bored with it. It was loads of people with loads of good gear sniping you from 400 meters away. Didn't even know where they were, and I was just like, nah, I can't be bothered with that shit.
There is a new map
Because-
now, like a night map, but
Yeah.
I don't see it
It-
bringing anything. Yeah.
The early alpha was a lot of people that you knew, so you could kind of say, "Hi, how you doing, guys?"
Yeah.
Mac, and it'd be like short stuff and you and Fitz, and it'd be like, yeah, that's cool. But then when the kids got involved, Walking Dead, that's probably your fault. They were just like, I don't know, just turned into a bunch of fucking idiots, and I just didn't enjoy it. I
That
can't
is
be
something
bothered with
that Butters just pointed out, and it's something that I did already know, by the way, because of things that I was going through on their FAQ system and everything. But the AI for Geronimo is using the fear system, which makes them incredibly reactive, with the ability to actually like formulate plans and
Oh,
stuff. And if you there's one particular like pre-alpha bit of video for it where you can actually see an AI using cover correctly and like making the choice to actually duck down behind a vehicle properly. It's quite good. It's going to be very interesting. Their main aim, they have zero shits to give for PvP. Their main aim is PvE and co-op. I'm all about that life.
Yeah, I am as well. I mean, I love a bit of Pavlov, love a bit of Contractors, but to be fair, I really enjoy playing Onward the other day with Tassos and Face, because it's just like you and your mates trying to be organized and trying not to shoot each other in the head and trying to be tactical, and just trying to get through the game. It was really good fun. So we are streaming again on Thursday evening. It's me, Face, Fitz, and one other, whoever wants to join us. So yeah, that'd be good
I
fun.
mean, if Indy jumps
forward to
in, then I'll bow out. But if not,
No, go for it, mate. Go for it. Yeah,
I
I'll
might
probably
able
be
to
streaming
join
other
you.
stuff.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. 7 p.m.
7
I'll-
p.m.
I'll-
That'll give
I'll
me 15 minutes to get home and eat and get online. That sounds like a plan.
Well, we can start without you, and then you can just join whenever. That sounds good.
JTM, I just want to reply to yours. How can you not be excited for Assassin's Creed? It is a major IP in VR. I'm assuming you haven't
So it's
been with us for
Ghostbusters.
the entire stream. Like this is exactly what Indy just said. So was Ghostbusters, mate. Ghostbusters is a major IP backed by a major media company in Sony. That's the reason why I haven't got horrendously jittery like excitement right now. I am waiting to see what it's like, and hopefully I will be totally blown away and I'll love it. But that's the reason why I'm not giddy with excitement for it at the moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shuey, what was that game we were just talking about?
Geronimo.
Geronimo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've had my eye on that for ages, but it's just like it's taken a while since when I first spotted it, so I'm just gonna have to wait. Everyone, it looks really fucking good. Yeah, and also Ubisoft, like they've lost a lot of credibility as well. All the shit they're bringing out, like it's like they're bringing out games like like when, what can everyone relate to? Like FIFA 24. Then like FIFA 23, then FIFA 24, and they're just hardly, like the Ghost Recon games and
UFC as well.
UFC is a piss take, but that's not VR, so let's not talk about that. Yeah, UFC is just fucking a joke. But yeah, I think Ubisoft is just kind of, they've lost their credibility a lot in general with people in non-VR gaming. So I'm just not too excited about it.
Sorry, I just interject here for something completely unrelated. Weeble just pointed out that Genotype had a big update today with Quest 3 graphics and a difficulty selection, which I think was what they needed. So Genotype's a great game. 6 to 7 hours, maybe on a harder difficulty, might take you longer. Go and play Genotype. It's really good. Sorry, one of the other comments was, so David Rose said Geronimo looks like Ready or Not in VR.
Yeah, which I'm all
Like
about.
Oh yes, we like a bit of hardcore breach and clear.
Right, I think is there anything else anyone wants to say tonight? I think we've covered quite a lot today.
No. Just,
Yeah, we have.
yeah, 2 hours. There you go.
I've just.
Oh, in that case, I think we're going to bring the podcast to a close because, as you say, 2 hours is a lengthy bit. Oh no, Max got something else.
Self promotion. Pico 4 giveaway. So on the 30th of November, I will be doing a live AMA, and I'll be giving away this Pico 4. Only to channel members, unfortunately. If you're a channel member, because you're my loyal people, and I want to give you this. Currently, we're on about 40 channel members, so you've got a pretty good chance of winning. Yeah, so there's a promotion on Twitter. There's a promotion on my channel members on community page on YouTube. Don't want to push it too much because I don't want you to join just to try and win a Pico 4. I want you to join because you want to.
I force
Thank
people
you.
to join to make it harder to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Yeah, I think we've covered quite a bit. It's been
I think we
fun.
have, yeah, as per usual.
Any last words, children?
Don't eat yellow snow.
Don't eat yellow snow. Right, so I've got a video coming out tomorrow about the IndieVR grips. We're going to do a live stream on Thursday onwards. Me, Face, Fitz, and Shuey. Yeah, so tune in for that. Shuey, what have you got coming up?
I don't actually have a video for this week as of yet. I released my Pavlov one tonight. And oh,
Hey.
thank you, Classy. Well done.
Thank you, Classy.
Handing out
thank you,
memberships for
Baddy.
Indie.
Thank you very much, Baddy.
You simp.
Very sweet of you.
I've got some ideas, and I'm gonna look into some things. I've actually got a ton of different VR products that I need to review from companies such as Prism XR and Zyber. So I might bash out a load of those tomorrow, actually.
Oh,
so yeah,
Zyber, that's interesting.
yeah.
I got approached by Zyber. I turned them down because their Elite strap didn't have a battery.
Okay, so the head strap that they've sent me, I'm pretty sure does have a battery.
Okay.
I
Well,
think anyway. I don't know that to be a fact, but yeah, I'll find out tomorrow because I'm gonna open it up and see what's in
Unbox
it.
it, yeah.
Apparently, go on, Shuey, then I'll carry on.
No, that's it, mate. Like, I'm
yeah.
gonna open up a bunch of products. I might do a live stream tomorrow during the day of just unboxing them and giving my first impressions, and then expect a video later on.
Mo Beast is saying Pico have gone from 2,000 employees to hundreds. They made loads of layoffs apparently on UploadVR.
There is a report that Pico have decided to lay off a lot of people. I don't know why this Pico is trying to sort of wind down Pico. ByteDance is trying to wind down Pico's story keeps persisting. Meta laid off 20,000 people and we're like, yeah, whatever. So Pico lay off some people and all of a sudden Pico's dead. It might just be a propaganda thing. I don't know.
I mean, the report comes from Tencent, and Tencent is a direct competitor to ByteDance. So I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying the report is wrong. I'm saying that there is a potential that is just a little bit of espionage going on there.
Yeah.
Okay. What am I doing? I don't know. On my channel, just keep an eye out. This week.
What have you got planned?
Not sure yet, mate. Like, I'm waiting to hear back from devs for stuff. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just have to play it by ear. Just keep an eye on my channel. That's it, man. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get things, and if they come through, they come through.
Okay.
Cool.
Is that a good time to call it a day?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, cool. All right, everyone.
as per usual, I've been IndieVR.
I've been Shuey in VR.
I have been Indiana Jones.
And don't forget to check out the Adventures with Shuey channel as well, which is my second channel. Yeah, wicked guys. Cheers. It's been great. And yeah, we'll catch you in two weeks. Not long till the Christmas podcast, really, is it? It's only a few episodes.
Oh my God.
So
Oh,
So
fucking hell, yeah.
That's on the 18th of December, I do believe.
yeah, you guys might as well do it without me, to be honest.
You
'Cause-
can't just drink water and then get paid money to drink water.
I don't want to get paid. I'm just won't be drinking. So sorry. Get a piss head in instead of me. I'll get someone round just to sit here in my place and just fucking get on it with you.
Oh God. Right, so Christmas podcast will be on the 18th of November. That's obviously going to be a standout moment of the year, except for Indy because he's turned teetotal. But you can vape, or can you vape some cannabis or something?
I can
instead?
do whatever you want, mate. I'll smoke crack live on the fucking
we
stream.
are 100% getting not only demonetized but banned if we're going to sit here and just smoke weed on live on YouTube.
Fucking Joe Rogan does it. Joe Rogan does it.
Yeah, but it's legal way he
can
does it, right?
afford
You don't give
whatever.
a shit.
Anyway, right.
Right.
Thank you very much for joining us, guys. It's been great. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye. See you
Thank
later,
you.
guys. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.